My wife begged me to sleep with her friend, and it's messing with me.
Let me sleep with him. That's the most action I'm going to get all week.
My wife, 29 female of 3 years, 10 years together, and have what I, 29 male, think is a solid marriage and spicy life. A long time ago, she asked me if there was any of our mutual friends I was attracted to. I told her that I only had eyes for her. She said she was serious and said she wanted to know names. This is a terrible trap. I refused to answer. By the way, this comes from throwaway 574584, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give good advice goofly, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, she's kept trying to get me to tell her, and eventually I broke and said a name. OP! Never to say a name! You fell into the classic trap!
I tell everyone everything, so I'm into it.
You do.
Yeah, but I feel like you would want to know and then you'd give an answer too. Like,
Yes.
I feel like in this case, this was a clear trap.
Yeah, absolutely.
In your
Oh.
case, if you were asking and be like, oh yeah, Savannah wants to know.
Yes, I ask.
Yeah, I think you are very straightforward, which I think is a good thing.
Savannah, I have a question for you. If you had to get rid of one person on the team, if we were all stuck on an island together, who would it be?
Ooh. I don't know. Come back to that. Wait, are you also including like...
Just like the hosts. We'll come back to it.
Dang. But you can't get rid of me.
Well,
But
yeah,
you can't give a name.
Well, I can't give a name.
You just
It's a
have
trap.
to say that you have an answer.
Oh.
See? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. She then asked if I would sleep with her, 27 female. I told her of course not. She then asked if I would if we weren't married. I still said no. My wife said I was lying, and she kept pushing me to answer otherwise.
What?
Girl, stop. You are
I love these.
insecure.
I love these traps.
I again just gave up and said, sure, if I wasn't in love with her, I'd sleep with her friend.
One time I asked my boyfriend at the time, I was like, is it a better compliment to say you're pretty or you're hot? There's a clear answer.
Of the two, hot.
No, it's pretty.
I'm always called pretty, though. I was never called hot, and I think that I appreciate it more.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sophia, do you like lakes or rivers more?
I like rivers.
I think I like lakes more.
Lakes are more constant, while rivers are more like...
Yeah.
And that's what I think hot is. Hot's like...
Yeah, and I think I
Hot's
always
messy.
get told that I'm, like, if someone is complimenting, I usually get pretty. And I think when I
like
started dating people, when they called me hot, I was like, okay.
See, when people call me hot, I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I already know. But when they call me pretty, I'm like, aw,
But
thanks.
beautiful is above all of those.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous
Even
is
going-
even higher. Okay. That was the end of the
Stunning.
conversation. Stunning.
That's tough. If
Please.
you call me stunning, I'm like, woohoo, I
Marriage.
made it.
That was the end of the conversation. Over the last few months, the friend had come up in conversation. My wife specifically has been comparing herself to her. Like, she'll make a comment on how said friend has a better butt than her or is more well endowed than her.
All right. So this person posted, am I the a-hole for telling my boss I wasn't invited to the office party?
Oh, that's sad. Well, I have an invite for them.
Yeah?
OP, you're invited to our live show on May 23rd at the Stray Theater.
Wait, what? That's fantastic. Where can I get the tickets?
Well, all you have to do is go to okop.show and get your tickets for $20. And this show is happening May 23rd at 7 p.m. And this is way better than an office party. So come on.
Yeah, just 100%. Come and join us.
I bet she's going like this. She's like, yeah, my friend Stacy has a better butt than me.
Oh, so she's really insecure.
Yeah,
Time
I don't
out.
like this.
What does well endowed mean?
Like, has it all. Like, got the goods.
She's a good personality.
Well endowed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I will never talk about y'all's personalities ever.
I'll always tell her that she's better looking, but she won't believe me. I get the feeling she's very upset that I said that and is now jealous of her friend because she caught my attention. And dude, like, have a conversation with your girlfriend about how insecure she is because your relationship is going to crash and burn.
Yeah, I just don't like how...
So fishy.
Yes, all of them are like, there's a clear answer in her mind,
Yeah.
but you're never going to give the right answer.
No. 3 weeks ago, my wife offered to get me and her friend together. I honestly would like, okay, really quick. I'd either think she's pregnant and dealing with like crazy hormones, or there's some other medical issue, or she's just so insecure that this relationship cannot work without crazy amounts of intervention or just like ending it.
Some people are this insecure and it's
Yeah.
like really, really upsetting.
I was taken aback and asked her what the F she was talking about. She then said that she knew I wanted to sleep with her and that I thought she was better looking than her and she would understand and wouldn't care if we slept together once. I told her that she was speaking crazy and that I wasn't into her friend. She then said that it's not going to hurt her feelings if I am and that she really thinks that I should accept her offer. I told her no, and she legitimately asked me if I would F her friend. I again said no. This is exhausting. I asked why she wants this. She said it wasn't some weird, spicy desire, that she just wanted me to be satisfied.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, he's like, all right, you got me.
What is he gonna break? That's what I
Yeah,
want to know.
she's waiting. She's just pushing and pushing and pushing.
I want you to be satisfied with my friend.
Yeah. I told her that I couldn't sleep with another woman. She had been asking me to do this for a while now, and she even told me that the friend is open if I am. God, I hate this woman.
What kind of tea time are you having with this woman?
Yeah,
I
she's like,
know
would you
this.
sleep with my husband? Please, 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 please. And she's like, what?
Guys.
What?
Oh, here we go.
How much is this wife gonna get paid if she can make this happen? Do you think the friend wants to pay OP's wife to make this happen? 'Cause why is she pressing so hard? How much money is she gonna get out of this? Is this a bet or something? Is there a baseball involved?
Why did it scare me?
Oh,
It wasn't even like a bit. I was like, ha.
which bothers me that she told her friend about this. She really wants me to do this for some odd reason and isn't letting it go. I'm tempted just to do it so I don't have to hear it again, but I really don't want to sleep with anyone other than my wife. Dude, you're insane.
Brother.
Yeah, dope.
You're insane.
This is an obvious trap.
Like-
It's like she put the cheese in the trap and she's like,
Come on.
you can eat it
Come
if
get
you
it.
want.
And the master's like, well, I do like cheese.
I don't know. Is that provolone?
I don't know.
Freaking love provolone.
It's like, it's right there.
Don't take it.
Don't do it. Don't take the bait.
But apparently she's all for me banging a friend that she is jealous of. No, she's not, you idiot. This is such a strange situation. I'm really at a loss. Can anyone tell me why she's like this or what I should do? You're stupid.
I can't wait to hear these comments. I hope they just rip everything out of perspective.
I don't even want to tell him anything because they're going to tell everything.
Yeah, my comment, do it.
Do it. Do it. Human riff. I'm tempted just to do it so I don't have to hear it again. I guarantee that you will hear about it
Yeah.
ever so slightly more if you do it.
Literally.
There's three things possibly going on here. Your wife is suffering from a lack of self-worth and feels she cannot make you happy and is trying to push you towards someone else. Verdict, unlikely. 2, your wife is manipulative and is testing you. So far, you have failed. You have revealed that you would F her friend if she wasn't in the picture. Verdict, highly possible. 3, your wife has F'd your best friend and is trying to manipulate you into sleeping with her friend to make things even and relieve your wife of any guilt or questionable morals. Verdict, also highly possible. OP says, I doubt the third one. I only have one friend that isn't divorced due to infidelity, so I doubt they'd be down with sleeping with her. Wait, what?
So all of his friends are divorced due to
That's what
infidelity
it
except
sounds
that
like.
guy. So maybe she feels left out.
My wife also hates cheating and cheaters. The second one could be entirely possible. I thought I would have passed the test when I said I didn't find her friends attractive, but she kept pushing, and I just gave answers to get her off a topic she wouldn't let go. Just Joey says, or she could have eyes on or be flirting with another man and wants you to F the other girl so she can F the other guy with no guilt. I read a lot of posts recently where the wife asks the husband if he'd F someone else if given a free pass. It always turns out it's because she already has her eyes on some other guy or is already effing some other guy and wants to make it equal. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe snoop on her phone a little and see what you find? Check her social media for anything suspicious. It could be nothing but a spicy desire, but you never know. OP says, I guess it's something to look into, but I doubt it. Deleted says, if it's not a spicy hobby, it sounds like a test. And there is an update, folks. 3 days later. Oh boy, what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I hope he doesn't go and sleep with the friend because that's just going to make things 20 times worse.
The absolute audacity of this man to even say, you know, I'm thinking about doing it just to get her off my back.
That is the opposite of what's going to happen, dude.
This man is Fred from Scooby-Doo. Like that level of oblivious. Update 3 days later. After reading all the comments, I had an idea of what I needed to say to her. I wanted to make sure my feelings came across as clearly as possible, so I spent some time writing what I planned to say. What I said was, "Wife, I love you more than anything in this world. I don't want anyone except for you. I happily swore to you that I would be yours and yours alone for the rest of our lives. That's what I want. I don't want to be with your friend. She is nothing compared to what you mean to me. I need you to tell me why you're doing this. Even if it hurts me, I need to know why. No matter what it is, we can work through it, and it won't make me stop loving you. I just need you to be honest with me." Can we work through everything, though?
Oh my gosh.
Can't. Oh my gosh, the stool just scared me. I thought it was Ava. She's
You're
right.
getting so frightened.
I don't know why. I'm on edge.
I'm
on edge. I don't want to mess anything up, guys.
Yeah.
You got in my head.
She's being blamed
You
left
got
and
my head.
right.
I'm being blamed left and right. I think I'm doing everything wrong. I don't know what to do.
I think we have a poltergeist. I confronted
Touching
her.
me.
It's touching you right now.
Touching me. I kind of like it.
Oh.
Most action she's got all week.
Most action I've got all week.
I confronted her the night I posted after we both got off work. She started weeping. She cheated. Put it in the chat. 1, if you think she cheated, or 2, if you think something else.
She cheated. If you think something else.
If you think, like, I don't know, whatever else. She said one of those was 11. That wasn't an option. She said she was so sorry for being like this and that she couldn't help it. I cried with her and comforted her. After the tears stopped, she told me why she was doing this. Unlike many of you said, she was not cheating on me. Joke's on you, Riley.
Wow. So then what? She's just weird? This is.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a worse situation.
She's like, I'm just a freak. In fact, she assumed the opposite would happen eventually. She said, I was doing this because I'd rather you F around with her because she won't try to steal you from me. Oh, wait. She said that like she knows her friend is interested. So I'm wondering if the friend has been saying things to OP's wife and then making her really insecure because she's already insecure. And then she's like, okay, well, maybe if I just give permission, then she can't.
Puppet
You know.
mastering.
She can't go behind my back.
Is that right? Like puppet mastering in a way?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
manipulating
think
the
that's
strings.
really freaking weird. I wouldn't even have like this whole like beating around the bush. Like, what if you did this and then you did that? What would happen?
Like,
what would you
she said
choose?
some weird
I
comments.
think that's dumb as crap.
Yeah.
And I think what you need to do is just literally be like, hey, my friend really thinks you're hot. I like just throwing that out there. Don't do anything with her. I trust you, but I just want to know, like, this girl got something going on.
Or maybe like distance from that friend.
She's well endowed. You know what I'm saying?
I was Riley, enough of the 6'7". I was blown away that she said something like that.
Is that what that means?
No, I'm just making a joke. I asked her why she felt that anyone could ever take me from her. She said that since we've been together for 10 years and we have only ever had spicy sleep with each other, she thought that eventually I'd get bored of her and want to find someone new to sleep with. I told her that I'd never get bored of her and she will be the only one forever. She said that she knows how men are, and she was worried that now that we're getting older, I'm going to cheat on her with someone younger. She then told me how she feels so unattractive. She mentioned that she had been gaining weight. Is she pregnant? I think she's pregnant, which is why her hormones are going crazy.
Whoa.
Conspiracy
Calm
theory,
down.
I think she's pregnant.
She's connecting
Calm down,
the
you're
dots.
crazy. Which I didn't give an F about. And how she's not sure if she'll be able to pull off the tricks she does in bed for the rest of our lives. Yeah, she's like, when I'm 90, I just don't know if I can do it anymore. It's like, yeah.
Tell me in
neither.
detail.
Okay.
Most I got a week.
By the way, I hope that for the rest of your lives, you listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But we've got a little bit left in this story. Any final thoughts?
I don't think that she's preggy. I don't think she's pregnant.
I think she's pregnant.
I don't think she's pregnant. I think she's just really worried about her friend because her friend keeps mentioning this to her, and maybe she doesn't want to stop being her friend because maybe they've been friends for a while, but now she has this guy coming around, and it's like, oh, like, I think he's kind of hot, you know, blah, blah. I would love to have, like, a really, really hot boyfriend that everyone's jealous of.
Really?
Yes. My friend, when I went to go see her in Ohio, she had this little like Valentine's Day note like framed, and her boyfriend said, "It's our Valentine's Day. Everyone else has to break up." And I thought it was so funny.
I love that.
Angie has one of those.
Yeah, I have one of those. And also my boyfriend has one of those.
What do you mean one of those?
Your boyfriend has a boyfriend?
Yeah, he has a really hot boyfriend.
Oh my gosh.
It's me in a wig.
It's me in a wig.
Sam?
It's my brother. I told her that she is amazing in bed and blows my mind every single time. I then told her that even if we didn't have spicy sleep, I wouldn't run off to be with some younger woman. She again cried into my shoulder and said she can't believe that I'd still want her after a decade. Oh.
She's just insecure.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't sleep with your
Poor
friend.
woman.
I assured her again that she is the only person I want for the rest of my life. As of right now, I'm encouraging her to get therapy for herself, and we're going to try a little couples counseling. I don't think this is much of a roadblock in our relationship, but it couldn't hurt to look into professional help. Agreed, and maybe go to a doctor and take a pregnancy test.
Here, just pee in this cup real quick.
Really quick. But that's the end of that story, folks, and we got another one coming right up, read by the one, the only, Savannah.
Actually, I was gonna have Dakota.
I literally would have ran home.
Actually, no. If it makes you feel better, Savannah, whenever Sam and John were on with me, they would always start the episode as well.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Okay.
What? Really?
No.
She doesn't even know what it's like. That's like 3 generations ago.
I had to get, Sam always made me, he always put me out of the chair. I didn't get my chair until I worked here for 3 years.
That chair?
Yeah, and now I can pick people. I can continue that. Like people out of my chair.
Yeah.
No, I love hosting with Sophia, but I hate that she gets that chair.
Why? You get the chair upstairs.
That's true.
Yeah, the one that's like this much off the ground.
But it's the same chair.
I mean, I
that
do
get
like it upstairs.
This is what I'm hearing. You just don't like that Sophia gets to pick, and you wish you got to pick first.
Yeah.
You know, if Sophia sat in the middle seat of the car, you would want to send the middle seat as well.
No.
I like.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I like
middle seat me.
I feel so
I'm like
comfortable.
up in like everyone's face. Like I go through the console and I'm like, guys, you know what this thing happened to me the other day? And I'm like, I get somebody used to like check me. Seat. No, I don't. I get like,
oh, you get too crazy in the middle seat.
I get too crazy in the middle seat.
She's got too much energy.
I got too much energy in the middle
seat. She's like Ava in the middle seat.
No, really, my eyes go wide, my pupils dilate, I'm sweating.
Start throwing balls for her.
I start asking people to throw me balls.
Hey,
the most action she's gotten all week.
Most action all week. I'm ready to do this.
All right.
My husband said my earrings make me look old, and I can't shake it.
Shut up.
My husband, 41 male, looks significantly younger than me.
Tough.
43 female. Tough. Yesterday, my husband said he would like to talk to me. He told me he loves me and that nothing will ever change that. He said I'm an amazing mom and more sweet things. By the way, this comes from Common Expression 740. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
Oh, and we're here to give some good advice goofily. We don't have all the answers. We don't know what we would do in this situation, but you should let us know what you would do in the comments. As OP says, then he mentioned how earrings make a woman look older.
What? Sorry, 1 second. 1 second.
Wait, I was going to wear these new earrings today, but they make noise. And I said, way too distracting.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
That's pretty, an insane thing for him to say. I love earrings, and earrings are actually super cool.
Yeah. If you don't have earrings, I hate you.
Also, just jewelry is such an interesting part of like history. You know, it's been in a lot of different cultures for like thousands of years.
I love jewelry.
Yeah, it's great.
He asked if I could stop wearing earrings because they make me look older. In less than 20 seconds of him asking, I said no.
I would never stop wearing earrings.
Yeah. I don't think I have ever rejected a request from my husband so fast. I usually think things through for a longer period. My husband said he's disappointed that I answered no so quickly.
Well, I don't care. I'm disappointed that you asked the question.
Yeah. When?
Like, that is so rude.
It's like really annoying that like you're going to say, oh, you shouldn't wear earrings because it makes you look old.
Like, so
Thanks.
rude.
Like, oh, wow, I really appreciate that, husband.
Thank you so much. Wow, that makes me feel really good.
Like, bye.
Yeah. Did I ask your opinion?
No,
I would say, does this make you look old?
Yeah. I literally would be so pissed if, like, my significant other came up to me and was like, hey, those make you look old.
Unprompted, too.
Yeah. I'd be like, okay. And you're ugly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That face makes you look ugly.
I don't like the way that you talk. Bye. I got annoyed with him and told him he has to deal with the fact that he has an old-looking wife. He said he didn't want to deal with me when I'm like this, and he walked away. Am I the a-hole?
Like, so clearly not.
Yeah, what?
And
He literally insulted
yeah.
you to your face, and then you said, okay, yeah, well, that sucks because that's who I am. And he went, I don't want to talk to you when you're like this.
Like, wow, this guy stinks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rush to divorce because maybe there's, other things going on. We don't know the entirety of the relationship. But I am going to rush to death. No. I just would say, like, I am asking, are there any other instances of him putting you down like this? Just take stock. Are there any other instances?
That's true. Because you don't want someone who's like controlling like that to be like, oh, like you should stop doing this because it makes you look old. Like, okay, that's your freaking opinion.
Does he make you feel bad about other things?
Yeah.
Think about it.
But there are some relevant comments. Commenter number 1, not the a-hole. So earrings make you look old. Okay. I guess you look extra old. And so does my teenage daughter because we both have multiple piercings. Not a single part of that argument makes sense. There has to be more to it than just earrings. OP responds, I don't know. I had always thought earrings make girls and women look younger. What kind of earrings does OP wear?
I don't think they make anyone look any way. I think that they just are cool.
Yeah.
I think they make people look cool.
Yeah, this is your partner just
Dakota,
trademark.
no.
Oh yeah, also hi, I'm Dakota and not
How'd you
Riley.
get here?
I actually possessed Riley's body
Oh my God.
and I have taken over. Don't worry, he's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's very gentle.
Oh, it's a gentle possession.
But
Just the
yeah,
right one.
I think
Oh,
exactly
nice.
what you said earlier, Sophia, is very important because it's like
Why didn't you
it
agree
really
with me?
sounds like this guy's just trying to like control you and make it so that he's the authority above all
Yeah.
by
I
being
agree.
like, you can't do that. I don't like that, so you can't do it.
Agreed. Not good.
OP responds, white diamond stud earrings are the most common. I also wear hoops.
Cool.
So literally
Normal.
earrings.
Literally so normal.
Like, I don't even know what old people earrings would look like.
It'd be like an old dangly earring that says, "I wish it was 1945 again."
It's like two little bones. You know?
It's just bones.
It's just bones.
Dude, honestly, the old earrings, like my mom's mom,
Yeah.
all of her old jewelry, it's so big and like dangly and
I was about
cool.
to say. I feel like the older women tend to wear like chunky jewelry, like
Yeah,
like a
chunky,
thick
I guess, would be
diamond,
like-
you know.
yeah.
But that's not.
I
There's
don't
nothing
look
wrong
at a
with
person's
that.
earrings and be
Yeah,
like, oh,
they're old.
They're old.
I just feel
Yeah.
like that's style. I don't think that's like that makes them look old.
It definitely is style.
Yeah.
And that's also the same thing with clothing.
yeah.
You can wear like older clothes that make like maybe from like decades ago.
Yeah, me wearing
that
like
you-
70s outfits doesn't make me look old.
Yeah. The things that you put on your body don't make you look old.
He just wants his girl insecure.
Yep.
Aging makes
Yep.
you look old.
Yeah. Wrinkles.
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 Oh, hey, Wrinkles, how's it going? That was an invitation for you to do a character. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I wasn't calling you Wrinkly.
I thought you were gonna do like a Riddle Man kind of.
Yeah, that was.
wrinkles.
It's me, Miss Wrinkle.
I've got one, and it's really big.
It's me, Miss Wrinkle, right down the middle. It goes start from the top all the way down to my thing.
Oh, toes.
All the way down to that thing down there.
Your toes.
Little, sure.
All the way down to the mother of pearl.
Has OP's husband asked her to change something else besides the earrings? Here we go. OP says, he hasn't asked me to change anything else. Edit, after thinking about it, it's not true that he hasn't asked me to change anything. He wants me to fix my acne.
But that makes you look younger.
That's true. But that's something we both want. He has a habit of telling me when I smell, even if it's from working.
Probably working out.
Yeah, but he doesn't phrase it in the way of criticism.
He goes, "You stink."
He's like, "Oh, you have that weird smell again. Have you been working?"
Well,
You know
'cause
I hate
You're
that smell.
stinky.
You
when
know I hate
people
your
are
work smell.
smelly, it is a really difficult thing to bring up, but like
Guys,
there's
do I
a
smell?
right way to do it.
No,
I feel like I smell good. I love my
Yeah.
love my scent.
there's a right way to do it.
It's not the way he's doing it.
Sometimes my boyfriend jokingly says that I'm stinky, and I'm like, I get so mad because I'm not. I smell great.
And that's why he does it.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I just do it to piss you off. I'm like, well, you're stinky. And he's like, that doesn't affect me. I'm like, damn it. No.
There are things I can say, but they are on the borderline of criticism. Only the earrings thing and the acne thing are things he directly criticized. How long has this been going on? From her husband making criticism onto her physical appearance. OP responds, the comments about my body odor started after we got married. The comments about my acne started when my acne came back in late 2024.
Like, dude, that is, I think the smell thing, you know, I mean, it's still rude probably on how he's saying it, but I could see a little bit more acceptable than the acne, which you literally can't do anything about. I'm sure you're already on some sort of medication or like topical medication.
Well, it's just the fact that these are things like that are already like insecure triggers for anyone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, she can't do anything about it.
Yeah. It's like when you get acne, you can't really like there's medicine things to like help it, but acne like
it just comes.
It's just and it's also freaking genetic and hormonal.
Yeah.
Like there is like no way to like figure that out.
There is one thing that I'm aware of. It's like a drug treatment.
Accutane?
And it is insanely like stressful on your body.
Yeah, Accutane is like they like tell you don't get, like they make sure that you cannot get pregnant. I think they tell you to go on. Yeah. Is Accutane the one that they like tell you to go on birth control because it's
but
so
some people
dangerous?
need that. Like
I think you're right.
Yeah, Accutane is crazy.
My friend has endometriosis and like she is now getting prescribed Accutane and she hasn't had it yet, but she's like going to get it prescribed. Yeah, but they have to like go through a whole screening and anything.
My friend was on Accutane and she was like, yeah, it was crazy. And I was in high school and they were like, birth control. And she was like, I wasn't even seeing anyone.
It reprograms your liver. It makes your liver stop making an enzyme that creates the stuff that gives you acne on your face.
I agree with Ming Ming. He's the cause of OP's acne breakout.
Yeah, stress breakout.
I'd have to agree with that.
Preach.
My doctor had rolled out perimenopause for me, but I can still ask my husband to learn about perimenopause.
Yeah, you're like, it's not that, but he should learn about it anyway.
Just in case it comes up. Because if he has a problem with how I look now, it's going to be worse during perimenopause and menopause.
Which can happen 10 years before menopause. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yeah, it can happen like up to 10 years before. And so a lot of women will go through like all of the symptoms of perimenopause and have no idea what's going on because like they'll gain weight and have no idea why. Like hormonal and emotional changes and stuff and not know why.
God.
Perimenopause. Can someone make the noise? Bury the menopause.
Commenter 2 says there's obviously age bias going on with him. Is it that he looks younger than his age or you look older for your age, in your opinion? He may have heard comments or feel insecure about aging and wants you to look younger than him or the same age. Our culture is incredibly ageist, even in progressive areas like mine. I see workshops for job seeking older adults advertised specifically to deal effectively with this issue. And again, I'm in a progressive area. Obviously, ageism hasn't been tackled yet, especially the age bias against women. OP responds, it's that I look 43 and he looks like he's in his 20s.
So you look your age.
What is he, stealing blood?
I don't know. I doubt that he actually looks like he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably just looks good for his age.
But the thing is, it's not a competition.
No.
When you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage, it doesn't have to be you have to look the same way as me or you just look a little bit older or I don't really like these wrinkles. You should go on retinol. Like you need to do this. How about I'm going to be myself because that's the person that I thought you fell in love with.
Yeah.
But as we're getting older, which happens to everyone, there is no controlling age. You get older. That is just how it is.
Yeah,
don't make me come through this freaking screen.
Getcha.
Slap you silly.
One day we might fix it though.
Yeah, they are working on that. I do think that adding on to that, I do think that aging in women, I mean, like I'm sure everyone already knows this, but I think aging in women is so much more monitored than in men. So I think in this case, you know, he may look good for his age, but I think just women in general, people are like waiting for the first sign of aging, for the first wrinkle to appear, for the first white hair to say that you're old now. Whereas with men, it's, you know, I don't think it's as watchdog.
It's just so annoying that like your own partner has to criticize you and put you down. Like at the end of the day, that's what this is.
Supposed to be the person who like supports you.
Exactly.
I want to see if they stay together.
Despite the fact that we're a different ethnicity, there have been times people thought I was his mom. Oh my God.
That sucks.
Does OP's mother-in-law wear earrings? Would that play a role in the comments to OP? OP responds his mom doesn't even have pierced ears.
So maybe that's it. Maybe he's like, well, my mom doesn't have pierced earrings. Or doesn't have pierced ears, so you shouldn't have it.
OP on her husband's background that makes him look younger. OP responds he's an American man of Japanese ancestry.
Oh, well, yeah.
So
I feel
yeah.
like I feel like it's like a common thing where people say like a lot of Asian people will be like look very, very young.
Yeah, it's
and then they
hard.
turn into like
It is
old.
very hard to tell the age.
Yeah,
of an
it's
Asian
like
person.
young, and then they're old grandpa.
Yes, yeah. Like I
Yeah.
know where the really old ones are, and I know the like young, like teenager ones, but like between 20
Yeah.
and like 60.
I think that's a common thing.
Yeah, it's hard. Comment number 3 says, I can't make heads or tails of his logic and thought it could be a cultural thing he picked up from family. It seems like earrings are far more common among younger Japanese women, so that can't be it. Did he explain why he thinks it makes you seem older? OP responds, I doubt it's cultural. Most of the women in his family wear earrings. How long has OP been married to her husband? OP been married for 18 years.
Wow.
Comment number 3. Oh, see, now I'm getting pissed on your behalf. 18 years? He knew you weren't Asian when he met you. He started on your smell after marriage. Have you bounced any of these scenarios among any of your trusted girlfriends or family members that you know truly love and care about you? If so, did any of them see this as normal? OP responds, I just mentioned to someone else that I'm a soft-spoken pushover who avoids confrontation.
Well, you're not soft-spoken though.
Yeah, I'm not soft-spoken.
Well, when it comes to confrontation,
Yeah.
When it comes to confrontation,
you're soft-spoken about it until afterwards.
Yeah.
And then you have a lot of things to say.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. I can bite my tongue.
I bite my tongue at thee. Or wait, no, I bite my thumb at thee.
Yes.
Not my tongue.
I bite my tongue and ouch.
Ouch.
Ow, that hurt.
I bite my tongue.
I also avoid saying anything bad about my husband to my real life friends.
As you should. Why would you want to talk bad about your partner?
Oh, I do that all the time. Not like talk bad, but like, well,
What?
see, I've been with bad people. So
Well, yeah, and yes.
yes.
And that's
when they don't give me something to talk about.
that's the thing. You want to be with someone. Well, ideally,
you-
you're with someone who you like and who
Who
treats
you
you well,
have communication with.
and you have communication with. And in that case, it would not be good to talk about them
Yeah.
badly. But in your cases, you were with bad people.
It
So
really was.
it makes sense.
Also, all his ex-girlfriends are white. As an adult, all his ex-girlfriends are white women who were older than him. So he should have known what he was getting into. And there is an update. Next day. Before the update, I, 43 female, want to answer a frequent question. My husband, 41 male, so 2 years younger, had said on Saturday something about earrings highlighting a woman's face, are going to highlight wrinkles. That's why he said earrings make a woman look older? To clear up some confusion about how I word things. He didn't mean that if a girl or a woman in her 20s wear earrings, they end up looking like a grandma. By earrings making a woman look older, he meant just older than if they weren't wearing earrings. His logic still makes no sense.
Yeah, he's like, no. You didn't understand what I meant. I meant that if you were wearing earrings while the sun was passing over the sky and the moon was behind the sun, then you would be older than you were the day before. And she's like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. It's like, riddles, riddle me this.
You looked older with earrings. That's not a riddle.
You look older with earrings. I, 43 female, have decided that I shouldn't act like a pushover like I normally do. I decided that I needed to confront my husband about what he said on Saturday. This morning, I talked to him. He said he loves me, and he said he's sorry that he hurt my feelings. He admitted that he finds me less physically attractive than when I was in my 20s and 30s.
I don't like this guy.
Not only because of my aging, but also because of my adult acne. He said I'm definitely not ugly, that I'm still cute. He said he's angry at himself for caring about such superficial stuff. He specifically apologized for asking me to stop wearing earrings. He said he honestly didn't think I would get so angry. I confronted him about other stuff he said that sounded like criticism. He said those things was just flirting, and
What?
he apologized for being insensitive. Like
What?
how your boyfriend says
Oh, he
you're
was just
stinky.
teasing,
Yeah.
like a flirty tease.
So
I don't believe him.
yeah, I don't believe that either. He told me he loves me, and he will never ask me to change anything about appearance again. I was honest with him about all the activities I was doing on Reddit. He said he's not angry that I reached out for perspectives. He said it's fine if I talk to my family or friends about this. He said I need to feel more comfortable expressing how I really feel. Something many women will find pathetic. I asked my husband how less physically attractive I am now. He said, in my 20s and most of my 30s, I was smoking hot. Now I'm a cutie.
Like,
you just don't even say that. Just keep that to yourself.
Like, that's, I think, the devastating thing. We were talking about this earlier of like pretty versus hot. I think, I don't know, at least in my life, I found myself really wanting to be seen as hot. And I think that's a little bit devastating to hear, like, you were hot, but now you're just cute.
Yeah. See, I think hot is more objective. Like, oh, you're hot. Like, you want to like do something. But like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty is like it's you're admiring them.
I wish that he had said something along the lines of like, you know, you were hot back then, but now I think you are beautiful.
Yes.
You know?
And
because
I would take that.
More,
yes.
Is less subjective. It's lasting.
I would take that.
I see, you know, maybe you aren't objectively from like an outside perspective hot anymore, but I see that beauty.
Why don't you just flip it around on him and you'd be like, well, how do you think I feel?
Wicked
People
witch.
think I'm people think I'm running around with some jailbait.
Yeah.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I hate how young you look.
You know what?
Flip
You
it
should be
around
older.
on him.
Yeah. Come back and talk to me after a few wrinkles.
Yeah. How do I know you're even human? You've never aged.
You've never
Age of Adeline over here.
What are you, the portrait of Dorian Gray?
Oh.
Literacy reference.
Dang. He's got it.
I asked him what will happen when I age more. What about when I turn 50, then 60, then 70, then 80? He said plenty of 80-year-old women are adorable. He said he knows he messed up royally, but he is asking me to not leave him over this. He said he loves me and will love me forever. I don't know how to feel right now. And there are some relevant comments. Commenter number 1 says, your update doesn't help the image of your husband. I'm sorry you married such a superficial, controlling man. What happens when you get even older? He'll trade you in for a newer model because that's all he cares about. Don't believe his deflection in all sincerity. Better you leave him now and have time to rebuild your life as a relatively young woman than to wait until you're 60 and it's much harder on every level. OP responds, I definitely don't feel reassured about what he said. Comment number 2, yeah, he's soft launching his, babe, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
No. Oh, no.
Honestly, kind of true, though.
Oh, no.
The balls to tell you you're losing your hotness because you're growing old with him. Yeah. That's crazy. OP responds, I don't know what to make of the information he's told me. Commenter number 3 says that he's an idiot who somehow thinks he still looks like a 20-year-old. He doesn't. No one does without Real Housewives work. OP responds, I may get downvoted for saying this. I have never heard him say he looks young. It's other people who say it. His whole family looks young.
Now that we know that he's Asian, I do think he probably does look young.
Yeah, he probably does look young.
I'll give you that.
Backpedal of the century.
Yeah, I know. No, I said that earlier. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Commenter number 3 says, not 20 years young. No one does. Stop giving him alibis. Trust me, as ugly as he's being to you, shows on the outside too. OP responds, I'm not saying he's justified because of his youthful appearance. In fact, it's annoying because he easily could have married a woman who's Asian instead of me. When we met, I already looked older than him. By the way, you can grow old with us by listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search up OK Storytime.
I don't know. Just keep an eye out, I guess. Does he make you feel good? You know? Because you want to be with a partner who makes you feel pretty.
Exactly. And you want someone that will always support you no matter what. Yes. Imagine if like something like significant happened and she like got in like some sort of accident and like the side of her face is now like, you know, scarred or whatever. Is he going to be like, ugh, you were hot then, now you're just, like.
Beauty does not last.
Yeah.
It doesn't last.
That's why I had a whole conversation with my one friend one time and he was like, yeah, like I want someone to grow old with. I know that like the beauty's going to fade, but then you have to live with the personality and I want to love that personality.
Like just imagine when you are 80 years old, there's barely any physical, or there's just not the same physical element. There's not the beauty. There's just you on a rocking chair talking to your partner. Can you live with that? And if you can, then that's that relationship for you.
OP responds to a comment about making excuses for her husband's comments to her. OP responds, people have commented that he may be cheating. Maybe he is, but I should say I do look significantly different.
Yeah, you're 43. He met you when you were in your 20s. That's how aging works. OP, that's not your fault.
Commenter number 4 says, stop it. You are making excuses for his response to you. I have read all your responses on here, and sister, you need to free yourself of this baggage. You are beautiful inside and out.
Woo!
Now believe it and go live your best life. OP says, my husband is an a-hole, but I don't know if I'm a good person.
Oh.
I know I don't deserve what happened to me, but I'm not 100% innocent.
Oh, P, you're trying to excuse his behavior by saying, well, I deserved it. And that's like the oldest people pleaser deflection thing in the book of like, oh, well, maybe I did something wrong. That's not you. It's him.
Commenter number 4 responds, again, you are deflecting and downing yourself now. This is your sign to leave, girl. Get out before you feel like a shell of yourself. OP responds, I should have put this in the post. The reason I didn't is because my husband immediately said he forgave me and that I didn't have to tell this to other people.
He forgave you? OP.
Yesterday, I flirted with a guy in the DMs. He made me feel in a way my husband hasn't made me feel in years. I even ended up touching a little bit, reading how this guy found me hot as heck.
Did a little bit of the bad touch.
Okay, so I understand why
Wait.
he forgave you.
One word. There, I said it. I'm not this innocent.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yo, call her Britney Spears because she's not that innocent.
Not that innocent. Okay, so unfortunately, that is cheating. He forgave you. See, that was me a moment ago, but then I heard this, and I understand why he...
That's not really cheating. You gonna call that cheating?
Flirting with a guy in the DMs and then
No, it's
touching
not
yourself?
that she wasn't really flirting. It was like he sent stuff that was like,
She was
I
responding.
want you so bad. She's like, wow, someone who actually wants me. I don't
I'm
think
not
that's
saying
cheating.
it doesn't make sense why she did it, but yeah, that's cheating. to
I guess
me.
I'll say I'll agree with Belton where it's, well, that's not great.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's cheating.
I personally, in my relationship, I would think that is cheating. But
Well,
it doesn't have to be for everyone's relationship.
I guess with the relationship context is what's
Yeah.
really making me say that as well. Because, yeah, in the context of your relationship, that
Makes sense.
That would
makes sense.
100% be cheating.
Yeah.
In the context of my relationship, that is cheating. And I think you should end this relationship that clearly isn't good for anyone.
I just think that everyone sucks here now. Now you put a bad taste in my mouth, each and every one of you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Literally go do whatever you want because obviously, no matter what, you're just going to be like, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I feel
can't
so
leave
bad.
him, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know.
Okay, leave him.
It's like,
leave
it's
him,
pissing
stop
me
doing
off
this.
now that you're just making excuses for this man, but you're still complaining about it and doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That's what's going to piss me off.
Well,
OP.
that's like the thing I hate about cheaters is that they like are in these situations and then they're like, well, I feel so bad. My relationship is so bad. And then they're like, well, I can't leave. And then they cheat on their partners. And then they're like, well, it was so bad. It's like, no, just leave.
It's just the fact that, like, there is a solution here, but she doesn't want to choose that one.
Yeah.
But that's the end of that story, and we got another one coming right up.
My wife quit her job to manage our home, but she watches TV while I do everything.
Oh, well, I don't know. Is the new season of Euphoria pretty good, I guess?
No. Trigger warning in this story for mentions of self-harm and taking of one's life.
Oh.
Me, 36 male, and my wife, 36 female, have always had similar life goals and been relatively on the same page in terms of what we both want for ourselves and each other over the 15 years we've been together. By the way, this comes from user throwaway6F63. If you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we are going to read this here story, have a hoot and a holla, maybe give some advice, but we might not have all the advice that you need. But if you know what you would do, let us know in the comments.
I'm hoop and a holla.
A hoop and a holla. Hoopty hoppty.
I'm going to pee my pants.
Opie says, we both have master's degrees in our respective fields and have worked very hard to buy a home, purchase a duplex to rent out, and build our lives. Okay.
Sounds like a deal. I don't know.
Y'all got passive income.
Yeah.
That's the American dream.
Truly is. Where's the white picket fence and the golden retriever?
Where is it? Where
Where is it? Show it to me, Rachel.
We have both been very frugal and conscientious about money. About a year ago, she lost her job due to downsizing in her company. She decided she wanted to be a homemaker after this happened and deal with our tenants and household affairs. We don't have any children, so really all she would have to do is clean the house, collect rent checks, and call the plumber or something if there's an issue either at the rental property or ours. We weren't necessarily struggling for money at this point, so if this is how she decides she wants to spend her time, I'll support her. Well, I'll say this. If you're going to become the homemaker full-time like rental property manager, you might want to learn how to do the plumbing, you know? We were talking about it yesterday. Like once you own a home, like you're the guy really that you need to call to fix this stuff. if you're not just made out of money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always just good to like know that stuff if you're going to be managing properties.
Sorry, I just had a thought.
Yeah.
Is there stuff that only plumbers are like able to do? Like, do you have to like call someone and be like, shut off the water at freaking 2429 Bing Bong Avenue?
I don't think the plumbers do that. I think that's the water department.
Okay. I've exposed myself.
Oh.
I'm just a plumb novice when it comes to plumbing.
I like a world where Mario can control my water in my apartment. that feels nice.
Well, if he needs to make a fix, you know? Like... Anyway, the issue is that she doesn't do any of these things she's supposed to do. Either she will spend the whole day watching television and browsing the internet, or go out shopping and spend exuberant amounts of money.
Okay.
This feels like a way that like depression manifests in people who are like not highly motivated, or maybe highly motivated, but like, what's the word? Because she had like this great job and like all these aspirations for her career, and then it got like rug pulled on her, and like the way it affected her could have just made her be like, well, now I'm just gonna go, you know, get. I don't want that because that sucked so bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go through that
It's
again.
kind of like a trauma response.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get my kicks from just like, I don't know, living like I'm, you know, the
yeah.
Prince of Brunei or whatever. Princess of Brunei. Very wealthy, the Princess of Brunei. At least last time I checked, I don't know. I'm not exaggerating when it comes to how much she's been spending. A brand new fancy car.
Oh.
That's a fancy car. Tons of expensive high-end clothes with brand names from Europe I hadn't even heard of. Oh no. No, those are the ones that get you bad. It's the ones where it's like, oh, what is Giglio Squiglio? And it's like a cashmere sweater that costs $20,000.
Oh, cashmere's so nice.
And it's like, yes, Giglio Squiglio made this by his hands. The hands of Giglio Squiglio have touched your shit. And you're like, I don't know who that is. Why is this $20,000?
If he touches me, that's the most action I've had all week.
Get on over here, Giglio. I'm trying to squiglio. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to wiggly on over you.
Jeez. A bunch of fancy gadgets and whatever else. We weren't really high rolling it before. We were just living relatively comfortably. And all this spending has started to put a financial strain on things. On top of this, she isn't doing any of the things she said she wanted to do as a homemaker. I clean the whole house. I deal with issues at the rental. I searched for a new tenant. All of the things we once shared responsibility for and she said she would completely handle after losing her job, I have been taking care of. I've been concerned about this, and it's unlike her, and a dramatic shift in her behavior. I tried asking if something is wrong, but she says everything's fine. I tried telling her I'm a bit concerned and suggested seeing a therapist and that we could even go in together, but she refused. 2 nights ago, I came home late after working for 12 hours and found that the house was an even bigger mess than when I left. There was a huge pile of new clothes she bought sitting in the living room that she spent $7,000 on.
Yeah, that's just
What?
crazy. She's going through something. Yeah, like, is he not talking to her?
You got
Like, is he just seeing this and being like,
I think he is. He said he's trying to like be like, hey, I think something's wrong. What's going on? She just goes, no, it's fine. No, I'm not going to therapy. Blah, 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 blah. But I think when that fails, like, who's the rest of her support system? Like her family, her parents, your in-laws, her friends?
How do you justify that kind of purchase too for clothes?
I mean, can you imagine the dopamine hit
oh, God, no.
of dropping 7 racks? But like you're in Delulu land, so you're like, to you, that's like, I can do this.
Wow.
Like, I really do feel like,
Such an empty pit.
yeah, she was such a probably high achiever at her job that now it's like, it's like the snake is eating itself.
Yeah.
I know it was 7,000 because I saw a notification from the credit card company on my phone about 10 minutes before walking through the door. I broke down. I lost it. I told her, I don't know what the F is happening or going on with her, but she needs to get off her butt and get a job to pay for all this, go to therapy, or stop spending so much and do what she promised to do after she decided not to go back to work. This is after a year of me trying to talk to her about whatever the heck is going on, and I just reached a breaking point. She left to go to her mother's, and my mother-in-law has been texting me nonstop, calling me a bad husband and a piece of garbage, and my wife hasn't been returning my calls.
That's crazy. So she's obviously feeding lies, or she probably maybe told like her mom, like, oh, like this is going on with me. I feel this way. And he just like yelled at me and made me feel worse. And it's like, but girl, you're not communicating anything. Like you're just saying, no, it's fine. And then spending all this money. Like there's receipts here. Like I think she's like having like a manic episode, honestly. But also for a year though.
For a straight year.
Yeah.
It's very extreme. Where are her friends? Like, yay. There's comments though. Comment 1 is not the a-hole. You're understandably at your breaking point. It does sound like there's something going on. I think you should continue to suggest counseling as she clearly needs it and is in denial about it. Spending $7,000 on clothes when only one of you is employed is ridiculous. She has to see that she is bleeding you dry and is hurting the both of your future plans. OP says, I just want my wife back as her personality has shifted a bit as well. Our plans to buy another rental are out the window for quite some time now. We had a lot saved and we're planning to buy once the housing market goes back down. I have a decent job, but I don't make enough to sustain this. Another comment says, not the a-hole. She sounds like she's depressed and using shopping to make her feel better. You're right to insist on counseling. Are your financial issues severe enough to call the credit card company and restrict her usage? I'd be concerned about her maxing out the cards or using all the money in the bank after you've confronted her about this. OP says, I'll call the bank today and set limits to everything. Probably being like, oh my God, I didn't think about that.
What, for the past year? You didn't think to be like, oh, maybe I should cut her off?
Well, no, now that it's like like she left.
Oh.
Like she just left and now she's at her mom's.
Yeah, but
so
I don't think she like moved out. I think she just like was like, okay, I need to.
No, I know, I get it, but it's this commenter's just being like, yeah, you might want to make sure she can't just, I don't know, spend all of the money you have right now.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
There haven't been any new expenses since she left besides an order to a local takeout place. I think it has reached that point. Yes, this is the first time in my life I've ever been in a net negative in terms of savings and debt. Not even in college, as I joined the National Guard to pay for school. Our savings have dwindled to a fraction of what they were, and we had been saving a lot beforehand to buy another rental property down the road once the housing market goes down. Not the a-hole, says another commenter, but does she have any mental health history? My brother struggles with mental health issues, and the first thing to happen when he's on a downward spiral are 1, avoiding responsibilities, and 2, going on shopping sprees. I only ask because you said this is a huge change in behavior for her. OP says no mental health history with her personally. However, her sister was manic depressive and completely unhinged towards the end before she took her own life about 10 years ago. A very sad and horrible thing, but that's about the extent of mental illness in her family to my knowledge. And there's an update 9 days later.
Oh boy.
It's crazy to me that your mother-in-law immediately was like, you're a bad husband.
Yeah, what is she saying?
Yeah, I'm hoping that after
Yeah.
9 days, your mother-in-law maybe has picked up on like, maybe this isn't what I thought it was, and my daughter needs help.
The fact that he's like, oh, like she doesn't have that. But the thing is, that type of thing is genetic, like bipolar and all this stuff. Like usually it's like, you know, runs in the family. And so it's going to be passed down. And just because one sibling has it doesn't mean like the other one also doesn't have that. So like I would get her checked out, because this does seem like if she's completely changing her personality and who she is and all of a sudden like doing these things like risky behavior and
Well, yeah, and it's like it can be brought on by like moments of, what are they called? Not like, is it a linchpin or like,
I don't know, a life event maybe?
yeah,
Just like a
so
trigger.
just like one, a trigger, like one event can get off.
Yeah.
and
Butterfly
start it down.
effect? Is that what you're looking for?
Kind of. No, it's more.
Domino
I
effect.
think you had it, where it was like
Yeah.
it's just like a trigger, like a
Yeah.
moment triggers it, and then now the ball's rolling.
Exactly. And they don't notice it because like that's never happened to them before. And so like it might have just been like that's the, you know, it's like developing like something later in life, like you know, any type of like disease or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't notice it. You're like, why do I, you know, like maybe you're questioning it and like, I don't know why I'm acting this way, but I don't know, maybe I'm just going through something, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like midlife crisis or, you know, I don't know, I lost my job, so I'm allowed to feel this way. But then it's masked behind everything that actually is something. So
There was a comment right before we get into the update from Stacy Bot. When I get really low in my depression, I would get a high from buying stuff. I think it's because it's something I can control.
yeah.
I think that's might be exactly what's going on
Yeah.
in this story.
Yeah.
We do have an update. I just thought I would write a quick follow-up to my previous post. Things have improved. As many of you suspected, my wife told her mother a completely different story than what happened.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, obviously.
I mean, it had to be.
Yeah.
How dare you not let your wife spend $7,000 money you can't use to spend on clothes? How
Yeah.
dare you? When I spoke to my mother-in-law, she was immediately concerned about my wife's behavior. My sister-in-law, who is no longer with us, struggled with manic depressive disorder for many years, and after a long period of spiraling and frightening behavior. My mother-in-law knows how devastating and serious mental illness can be and immediately encouraged my wife to speak to a therapist. Me and my mother-in-law worked together over the next few days to find something for her. At first, my wife refused, but with me and her mother both saying she needed to recognize she needed help, she eventually accepted. We had our first counseling session this week, and we went in together. Even though it may be hard to say since we both just started therapy, I think things seem promising. Very good. Literally the best
Yeah.
that it could possibly be after 9 days.
Yeah.
This is perfect. My wife made some big steps. We returned or are in the process of selling the majority of everything she's bought over the past year. Even though she didn't even use most of it, separating herself from these items was something difficult for her, and I'm immensely proud of her for doing the right thing. Some of you were also right that she may be having second thoughts about my vasectomy.
Oh, that was never. What?
Is this
Some
The
people are
Office? It feels like an episode of The Office right now.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Came out of nowhere. I was blindsided by that.
That must have been in the comments somewhere.
Somewhere.
And may want to have a kid.
Well, guess what, buddy? You can reverse it.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Snap, snip.
I told her that we should focus on her recovering for now, but once that happens, we can start talking about options. I have alerts on all my cards and accounts, so if she goes into another spending spree, I can shut the cards down again if I have to. And by the way, you will never shut down the full episodes with stories just like this on your favorite podcast platform, like iHeartRadio and the rest, because we are always uploading them, and all you need to do to find them is search OK Storytime, and you can listen until the sun explodes.
Wow.
You might not be able to listen for that long. If you only listen to one a day, and we will upload until the sun explodes.
Yeah, one a day, and then each in a different language that's around.
Yeah, what is that, like 100 and...
That buys us some time.
How many different languages are there?
There's like 146, I think.
That's good.
Okay. That buys us some time, yeah.
That adds up. We got a little closer there, but we are coming up on the end of the story.
Oh, wait. Dude, 7,168. Oh, bro. Yeah, till the sun explodes, man. Oh, yeah.
Oh my Lord.
We only have 7,000 years.
No, that... Dude, the sun is your Achilles heel, I swear to God. I don't know why. Yeah, it's the 7,000 languaines.
Yep, your new name's Icarus, man.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's funny. That was really funny. We only got 7,000 years left?
I know. I was like...
Aren't people not freaking out about that? I also told my brother about what's been going on. He called me a dummy for not thinking I could come and talk to him about anything. We had a big hug and had a long talk over a few brewskis. Even though things aren't perfect, this is the first time things have been looking up in a long time. We've got some more comments here to finish it off. I'm so glad to hear that things are looking up for you. You may have some bumps and minor setbacks, but keep your eyes focused on the long term and you'll do fine. I wish you and your wife nothing but happiness. OP replies, this is something that was told to me during therapy. He told me privately that we are all making the best steps to try and help my wife, but I should monitor my expectations and not think everything will go back to normal all at once. He said that this is all a process, and the process will be ongoing for a while.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day, man. Tell me about it. That's how I'm feeling.
Neither was the sun.
That's how I'm feeling off nicotine for 6 days. I'm like, I gotta do this forever, and I'm gonna.
Oh.
But it's still hard.
Yeah.
Every now, like literally while reading that, I got like a like maybe you should go get some. But now it's just I can just make it go. No, stop. Stop it. Get out of here.
I mean, mental health is hard. I'm glad like you noticed this now rather than later when it might have been too late.
Yeah.
And we are now learning and progressing and growing. So good job, OP.
I guess her going to her mom's house is really like the best thing that could have happened.
It's true.
But I would have reached out to her a lot sooner, especially if you knew about her, you know, her sister. Like a year is a long time to.
I mean, he
let
also
that kind
could
of
have been in
ferment.
denial as well about it.
Yeah,
And
he
just
might
been
have
like,
just,
I don't want it to be
He's like, any day now, we're going to come out of it. Any day now, right? And it's like he reached that breaking point. Last thing I'll say about this, about like managing expectations and stuff, or like looking at like the whole thing at the same time, is just like, if you have like a whole wall in front of you, you'll be like, oh my God, it's like so much. Like that's like, how did that even get built? Like, how am I going to build this entire wall? And it's like, you don't look at the whole wall. You just look at like one brick, and you put one brick there, and then you put another brick next to it. And you don't worry about what it's going to be. You just worry about the brick that's right in front of you and the brick that you put next to it. And soon, oh my God, now I'm putting a brick on top of that one. Oh no. Okay. And then year over year, now you've got a wall.
And that's how you build a wall and become the master brickster.
Master brickster. Sorry, I'm master bricking. I'm sorry. I have a problem.
But that's the end of that story. And at the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you. And see you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. We have some bonus stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one. My dad came to my apartment with gifts for my kids, but I don't have kids.
There's two options: secret family or like dementia, Alzheimer's diagnosis incoming.
Uh-oh.
So if either of those things are something you can't handle, I would not listen to the story.
So I will reiterate again that I do not have any kids and I'm not married. I have never been married, never even moved in with a man. Here are the people I can think of that might have been involved in this somehow. I have one brother, 27 male, and one sister, 22 female. By the way, this comes from Top Sunday Girl, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, brother is in a long-term relationship with a nice woman, but they're both not interested in kids right now. Sister still lives at our mom's house, no kids, no long-term partner. My parents are divorced and my mom remarried. Dad is still single. He lives with my uncle, 40s male, and uncle's wife, 40s female. Stepdad is fine. They got married after I was out of the house. Sister reports that they're normal and beige together.
I mean, but they're two beige peas in a beige pod.
If you're both beige, you can be happy beige together.
Beige bees.
He has no kids and he has never met my dad anyways, so his family can be removed from the equation. Here's what happened. I have a crappy low rent apartment about 45 minutes away from my dad's house. It's on the 3rd floor and you have to walk into the apartment building and up flights of stairs to reach my door. Yesterday around 6 p.m., my dad knocks on my apartment door. I wasn't expecting him, so when I answered, I was confused but pleasantly surprised. I greeted him normally and he gave me a side hug because he had a few toy boxes in his hand, like Fisher-Price toys for really young kids, even babies. I didn't say anything about them because I had no reason to assume they were for me. Like, I just didn't even register them in my brain. He looked totally normal. He wasn't breathing weird, wasn't sweaty, his pupils weren't huge, nothing was off with him visually. When we hugged, I didn't smell anything weird, no booze or smoke or anything, but my face wasn't too close to him. I said I was happy he dropped by, but why is he here? He said he was in the area shopping when he saw these toys, which he then held up for me proudly, and wanted to give them to the girls. I said, who? And he gave me 2 names I didn't recognize. I remember my brain sorting through the Rolodex of everyone I'd ever met in our family, Terminator style, and nobody matched. As I'm standing there trying to match the names to any kids I knew of, he peeks over my shoulder into the apartment and asks if the kids are here or if they're with Mike. Again, who is that? Apparently it's my husband? I must have been radiating confusion since now my dad is looking just as confused as I am, but still keeping up a good mood kind of vibe. I tell him I'm not married and have no kids. At first he insisted I did, and when I reiterated that, he just kind of shook his head. At this point, I'm getting really concerned. Is my dad lost? Confused? Is he having some kind of breakdown? I ask my dad if he knows where he is. He starts to get frustrated really quickly and confirms that yes, he knows where he is and who I am. I start to ask him questions that I've seen in movies, like, do you know what time it is? Or the year? And he just gets more and more angry. He starts shouting at me right in my face, yelling, you think this is funny? Are you trying to make me look stupid?
Oh no.
There's bubbles of spit in the corner of his mouth. He went from 0 to 100 so fast, it genuinely kind of scared me. And I just kind of retreated a bit into my apartment. When I backed away, he took it as a personal offense and started screaming, you're scared of me? Guess I'll just F off then.
This is dementia, Alzheimer's.
Yeah, absolutely. Ugh.
So
that's very hard because it's also a very scary thing for the person, obviously, who's going through it.
Yeah.
Who has doesn't understand what's going on. Yeah. And then that fear of not knowing what's going on and being like, wait, I am confused. and not understanding why you're
Right.
confused.
And then
it's
it's
scary.
like also, the aggression comes out so quickly,
yeah.
partially because of, well, I mean, the disease can cause that, but then it's also just like, it's very natural, I think, for people who are cemented in their, like,
their whole world, like his whole worldview is being, shaken.
Yeah, he's
in this moment.
So in that, he's like, you're going to deny that, like, viciously.
Yeah. He storms off, literally stomping his feet like a child down the hallway. I thought about chasing him, but he was so irate that I didn't think it was a smart move. Whole interaction was less than 5 minutes. I closed and locked my door and immediately started making phone calls. Called my mom, uncle, and siblings. Nobody has any idea what just happened. I did ask my mom and sister if I was the crazy one and did have children I just forgot about, and they confirmed I certainly didn't.
Well, I mean,
he's like, did I just have a breakdown on my end?
It's good.
Yeah.
Good on you for covering your bases, OP.
Yeah.
You're like, I just need to confirm I don't have kids that I've lost.
Uncle says that dad left the house around 4 p.m. to run errands in my area. So that part was true. I told him what happened, and he said he'd try to figure out what was going on and would call with updates. It's tomorrow morning, and I haven't heard anything back. I spent all night trying to figure this out. Here are my theories. He has another kid somewhere that none of us know about, and that kid is married with 2 kids. But if that's true, why my apartment?
Yeah.
Did he confuse me with his other hidden kid? He confirmed he knew where he was, so I'm not sure.
If that was the case, I feel like he would have.
Yeah.
He would have like
He would have
been like, oh, like
LOL. Yeah.
What joke time?
No,
I'm
I
playing
feel like
a joke.
this has to be, just given that reaction, it has to be some sort of dementia.
Yeah.
Did he drive here on autopilot? He'd have to get out of his car and walk all the way up here, though, which should have been on enough time to snap out of it. The anger might have come from him realizing what he'd done and panicking, but it would have been so easy to make up a lie about what happened. He had some kind of mental breakdown. This was my first thought, but he looked and acted so normal. He drove out here and went to a store and purchased items without issue, so he must have been in decently sound mind to do that. Maybe he was somewhere else in his mind? I considered the idea that he was maybe in the past and thought I was someone else. But again, he confirmed where he was and who I was and didn't recognize any of the names as anyone in our family. He did this on purpose for some reason. I have no idea why he would do this. Drama? Our whole family loves to stir the pot, but this is extreme and makes him look bad, which is out of character. If he were to manufacture drama, he'd want to make himself look good. So this would be a drastic switch in his dramatics. Maybe sympathy, maybe he's going to play this up as some kind of stress breakdown. As far as I know, his job doesn't squeeze him too much. He's had the same position for years and was pretty happy with it. The most he complained about was having to work overtime every once in a while. He's developing dementia.
Okay, this
is what I
was like, please tell me OP doesn't just try to ignore that and pretend like it's not a possibility.
I know early onset dementia could be the cause, but he's just barely 50. Yeah, he's getting older, but not that old, and he's never shown any signs of cognitive failure up until this point. This is a huge escalation from nothing. That's what I was thinking, because usually it does kind of, I mean, it can be quick, but usually you start to see signs. Like it's like forgetting names,
That's why I think this might be like literally the first moment, which would also explain why he was so angry.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the anger would be like the disease itself, but it's just the reaction of like, that's a parent. They've always been there. They've had the authority. They've had the, they were like they were the guide through someone else's life, through their child's life. And now to have a mistake at that level, you're super embarrassed and you have to immediately go full blown defensive. Yeah. And a great way to shut somebody down, just get real loud, get real angry. And it's but it's really, it just makes it look worse.
If anyone else has any idea what is happening, please share. Uncle has yet to call me back, and my siblings can't get through to my dad's phone. I think it's dead. I left a voicemail and text on my uncle's line, but who knows if he's seen them. I don't have any authority in his life. The only one that does is my brother, and he lives in another state, so it's not like he can help much. What the F happened to my dad? And there is an update. But yeah, I think honestly right now, I mean, it's just like you have to wait for answers, try and find him, try and talk to your uncle as much as possible.
I would say
your brother, get your siblings involved. I mean, you've already done all of these steps, but yeah, it's just getting everyone involved and making sure everyone is aware of what just happened.
Yeah. Everyone should be aware. I don't know if everyone should be present at a kind of like a confrontation.
Not necessarily that. Yeah.
I think if you want to do that, like the way to move forward from here, if it is like a dementia thing, is like whatever family member like he has the most, the closest bond with it, the most trust with, needs to approach it with like a lot of empathy. You need to approach it with just for like a caring
Absolutely.
aspect, but you have to be firmer than just like, I just care about you, because then it can just be blown off. It needs to be like, that was really serious and I care about you. Like,
But there is an update. Hi, everyone. I wanted to wait until I had more information to post an update, but a lot of people were seriously worried about my dad and I, so I wanted to let everyone know what happened. I finally found my dad. My uncle took him to the hospital the night of the incident and was, for reasons I'll get to, ignoring our calls and texts. Anyone who bet on head injury or substances, you're correct.
Oh, well,
I didn't even think about those.
Didn't even think about that, and thank God. I'm so glad I was wrong. I feel like that's way better than dementia.
You can cash out your chips at the front counter. There was no second family. I wish there was. My dad would just be in drama-related trouble and not medical trouble. He's got a massive concussion and serious brain damage.
Oh, God.
That's scary. Doctors don't know how he managed to even drive to my apartment safely. They think he was on autopilot since he takes that freeway nearly every day. The phantom kids are his coworkers. His brain somehow blended the details of his coworker's life into his own. Coworker has a daughter who is married and has 2 kids, and the memories of being told about the girls mashed together with the memories of his own daughter. Doctor says this is pretty common with head injuries. My uncle did find my dad and take him to the hospital. He did drive out to my area and scour the place looking for my dad, and eventually found his car outside Walmart around 10 p.m. Couldn't find him outside, but did find him out behind the building harassing an employee for a cig. He grabbed my dad and kind of dragged him into the car and took him to the hospital. He just decided not to update anyone because he didn't want to stress us out.
I just remembered a very sad, tragic tale.
Oh, what is it?
I remember when a young Samuel Donner, he wanted to join the cool kids, but instead of labeling you as one of the cool kids,
They called me Salad Boy because I ate nothing but salads. Could not trade my lunch for a lunch bowl, really anything.
You know what community will always welcome you with open arms, Sam?
And make you feel like a cool kid?
The great people who have OK Storytime memberships.
Oh, I heard that 60 plus hours of members only content Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
You heard right, Sam, and it's only $5 a month.
So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join. Now back to the story.
Chomp, chomp.
Everyone was already stressed out.
Honestly, though, like, regardless of the poor communication skills, that's a W, brother, right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that he did that, but like, that was like, why wouldn't you tell everyone? Why wouldn't you
he's
tell
dealing with a
other
lot,
people?
too. You think about it, you got, like, what if, like, well, I don't know. You'd probably tell people.
I'd probably tell people. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes guys keep stuff closer to the vest.
Weird.
You know?
I don't believe him at all. I think my uncle is responsible for what happened to my dad and was avoiding us out of guilt.
Oh, God. Wait, maybe not W, brother. What's going on?
After I posted here, I went to work, and once I was clocked out, I went to my dad/uncle's place. Dad and uncle's cars were gone. Only my aunt's was there. I went and knocked, but nobody answered. People on my last post mentioned carbon monoxide poisoning, and I was kind of freaking out, thinking my aunt was just effing passed away inside. So I went around the house testing the doors and windows to see if I could get in. The back door was unlocked, so I just let myself inside and looked around. Totally empty. I even checked underneath the bed since a couple people mentioned my dad could be paranoid or scared and hiding. My aunt has this giant purse and it wasn't there, which confirmed to me that she was probably with my uncle. I went back and sat in my car and started calling any hospitals and jails that came up on Google Maps. Nobody had any answers and just said he wasn't there. So Opie still doesn't know where her dad is.
It is a whack move not to tell the immediate family that.
I even called the cops for a wellness check just to see if maybe they could call around hospitals and get a different answer. But I waited until 11 p.m.-ish and literally nobody came. No police, no family, nobody. I drive back home and try to get some sleep. Next day, I call out of work and spend the day driving around my area trying to find my dad. Couldn't track him down, so I start calling hospitals again. There's 3 in my area, and while 2 of them gave me, "No, he's not here, sorry," one of them got really nervous over the phone and said, "I'm not supposed to give out patient information. This is his daughter." I'm pretty sure you're allowed to say like, "Hey, your dad is here."
I don't know if you can confirm that over the phone, though.
I don't know.
You know, I think you have to be able to confirm that in person with like IDs and stuff and yada yada yada.
That's true. I got suspicious. Kept asking, and she got more and more flustered. Hung up and drove my butt over there and saw my uncle's car in the parking lot. It was kind of late. The sun was down, but I wasn't keeping track of time. So there were only like 5 cars in the visitor area, and his was one of them. I do not have words to describe what I was feeling, but it was mostly just rage. Like, what the F? Hello? He's been here the whole time? I went in and tried to get the receptionist to let me see my dad. She didn't want to let me, and I'm not proud of it, but I started freaking out. I slammed my hands on the desk, screamed, knocked over a magazine rack. I guess my tantrum made someone go talk to my uncle and aunt, since she came out to the waiting room and told the receptionist it was fine to let me through. If she didn't look so tired and sad, I was going to maul her. But the look on her face made me calm down, if you can call it that. Long story short, she took me to my dad's room. He looked terrible. None of you know my dad, but he's a beast. He's 5'11" with massive smile lines and bright shining eyes. He's my dad, so I'm biased, but he's always so full of life. Laying in that hospital bed, he looked passed away already. Sunken eyes, lifeless and droopy face. He looked empty. I was able to talk to him for a bit, but he was totally out of it. He had to be reminded who I was several times and kept forgetting where he was and why he was here. Just like my dad, when I get upset, I get angry. I practically dragged my uncle out of the room and into the hall for an explanation. After like 20 minutes of him making excuses and beating around the bush, another reason I think he's guilty, he told me what happened. Apparently Monday morning, my dad fell getting out of his car and cracked his head really hard against the driveway. He got up and everyone thought he was fine, so they just went inside the house as normal. After a while, he had a headache, so they gave him a couple prescription painkillers to ease the pain. Apparently that worked, so they just let him continue his day as normal. They only got concerned when I called and told my uncle what happened. He kept being so weird and evasive that I know there's more, but I couldn't wring his stupid effing neck in the hospital, so I just let it go. Here's what I think happened. So we're about to get OP's version.
We're getting the conspiracy theory from OP.
Here's what I think happened. I know my uncle and dad, and I know the history of this stupid family like the back of my hands. I think my dad and uncle got into a fight over something, and my dad was either pushed down or hit in the head by my uncle. The altercation gets resolved somehow and they go back to normal, but my dad's head still hurts. I learned at the hospital from the doctor that there were enough painkillers in his body to numb a horse.
Oh my God.
So I suspect my aunt and uncle just kept feeding him painkillers so they wouldn't need to take my dad to the hospital and admit what they did. I pressed my aunt about the painkillers, and she eventually halfway admitted that they weren't exactly allowed to have them at all. I suspect she bought them off of someone else. They're likely addicted, and I just didn't know. I'm almost 100% sure this is their fault. I think so too.
I would like to rescind my W brother status.
No, he sucks. This brother, the worst. If they had taken my dad to the hospital as soon as he hit his head, he would probably be okay. Absolutely. Head injuries are very serious. I'm staying at the hospital now, and my aunt and uncle have left. Doctor said not to get my hopes up about my dad. But when doctors say that, it always means he'll be okay, right?
Yeah.
That's how it always goes.
Honestly, I'm not even being sarcastic. Like, that's the approach you have to take.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. Oh. It's like you have to just like be like, this is gonna be fine. This is not even that big of a deal. He's gonna come out of it. He's gonna be fine. That's what you're gonna have to hold on to for right now.
Yeah. They tell you that your family member probably won't make it, but they always prove them wrong. I'm sorry, but the rest of this is just gonna be me venting.
But actually though, because like a lot of time when doctors say that, they actually don't know. It's like people can like come out of that and they're just like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, head injuries are so like up in the air.
Yeah.
It really like you cannot tell, I feel like, because they're just, it's so tricky.
Especially like day one, they're going to say that. Yeah, right. Come on.
Yeah. You know what really gets me? I could handle all of this. I could understand it. My uncle and aunt have always been less than reliable. I can believe that this could come from them. The hardest part is the lack of concern from literally anyone but me.
What?
I had to blackmail my brother, drama from a year ago, to even get him to agree to fly out. My mom doesn't care. Dad's family doesn't care. My sister kind of cares, but she doesn't really want to help or even come support me in the hospital with them.
Conspiracy theory. Remember when OP said after she threw a tantrum in the waiting room that, like her dad, she gets angry?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a reason why people don't really want to be with the dad.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's
not coming from nowhere, right? These people can't all just be trash.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I am just so shocked that I'm the only mother effer here for my dad, and he doesn't even know who I am right now. Ugh. I have to take time off work, but it's not like my job gives me PTO. I'm effed. My dad is effed. My life is effed. Why am I the only one dealing with this? By the way, you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this.
Maybe not just like this.
Maybe stories a little bit happier than this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime.
That's right.
But there is a little bit left of this. I think you can just just gotta hope your dad pulls through and be there for him. You can't make your siblings be there for him.
You can't.
It seems like maybe everyone has a complicated relationship with your dad.
Could be.
Possibly. Or they're just all suck. We don't know.
I would continue to press the aunt and uncle.
Yes, absolutely.
Under maybe.
Yeah. See if you can get charges on them or something. It's tricky though because he would have to press the charges. But there's a little bit left. My brother is the only one of us with time and money to help fix this, and I had to threaten him just to get him to come home. I wish I had chased my dad when he left my apartment, but you were scared. You didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
I was afraid of him, but I'm even more afraid now. My dad is probably going to pass away, and I trusted the jackass who hurt him with helping him. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with everyone? Why doesn't anyone give a crap about my dad? Why doesn't anyone give a crap about me? Ugh. I could have been a better daughter to him. I could have visited more, called more, involved him in things more.
Nah.
I could have chased him when he left my apartment.
Could've.
You can't.
You
This
can't
is all
could have. You can't
what
could
ifs,
have.
yeah.
You can't could have.
I might have gotten hurt, but I would rather be beaten to a pulp rather than be sitting in the hospital room with my unconscious and probably passing away father. I'm so effing stupid. I'm sorry, Dad. Again, OP, you didn't know what was going on. You couldn't have known that this was going to happen. And it's just
grief
you already have kind of a tricky relationship with your dad. You just have to hope, we just have to hope that he pulls through and you can make different decisions going forward, but you didn't do anything wrong. Comments. One says, you should definitely get the police involved. Even if the story is true that he fell, they still pumped him with pain meds when he couldn't advocate for himself. It's like being roofied at a bar. I hope your dad pulls through. I would contact with your aunt and uncle. As a daughter, you have more rights to your dad's care than they do. Ban them from the hospital. OP says, on this, a couple cops just came to me to talk to me and get a statement. They seemed to be taking me seriously and took my contact info. I told them everything about what happened when dad came to my apartment and what my uncle said and how I didn't believe him and gave my version of things. Tried to give as much context as I could. I think they believe me, but who knows? They said they'd come around again soon. I'm not really sure what happens from here, but I'll be pressing for more information when they come back. And that is the end of that story.
My daughter is getting married for the third time, and I don't want to pay anymore.
That's fair. I feel like at a certain point, you're like, okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Get married once, good for you. Get married twice, am I still paying? Get married thrice, stop it.
I don't have infinite marriage money.
I need my money.
Be a little bit more, choosy.
I should start by saying that my daughter is an only child. She has always been our princess, so to speak, and she's received everything material that a girl could ever ask for. By the way, this comes from user Want Own Life, and if you want to submit your stories, go submit it to the r/OK Storytime subreddit.
Yeah.
Submit your life. Submit to your life. Okay. Before you criticize my husband, her father, and I for spoiling her, we do realize that we shouldn't have given her everything from a young age, but we didn't know any better back then. And we had the money. We're quite well off, so we figured why not support our only child? My husband owns his own business and I'm a school teacher. Together we make decent money, and I am looking to retire in the near future. When we first started out, I stayed at home and my husband worked at an office job, and so my daughter has been pampered with all of my attention and her father's support. She's now going to be married for the third time in her short life. Her only job is occasionally supplying teaching in the same school board I work at, so she doesn't have much of a big career yet, but I do hope she will find work. I'll spare you the long of it. She married her high school boyfriend at 22, and they divorced less than 2 years later in a bitter fight. The wedding was lavish, as it was her first, and we truly believed that they would make it work. I guess my husband and I also saw through rose-colored glasses since we were married very young as well, and are approaching our 35th anniversary.
Woo!
See that? That's a big flex.
Ooh, boy.
low-key just flexed on your daughter, but that's fine. My husband and I pitched in around $25K for the wedding ceremony and reception, and perhaps another $3K for their honeymoon to Europe. The second time she was proposed to by another man she was dating. He was a hard-working, blue-collar man, but his family didn't have much money. Again, she asked if we could help out with her wedding, that it was true love this time around. We met the man, and he was a stand-up, wholesome person. And so a year after that, my daughter, then 27, was married to her second husband. We paid for most of the wedding costs and the honeymoon to the tune of $43,000.
This is on you. At a certain point, you have to be like, wow, you know what? I'm giving my money away. This is on me.
Stop it.
Literally, I would not give any more money after this.
Most money for a wedding that will not make me go, like you could have said $5K.
Yeah.
Spend $5,000 on the wedding. Top that. That's the top.
Weddings can be pretty expensive.
Make them cheaper. I don't want any excuses.
It's fair.
Her then husband's mother was a nurse and his father was a deadbeat. They didn't provide much when it came to the wedding itself, and I admit the husband and I did harbor ill will toward the fact that her husband's father's name was clearly printed on the reception and invitations as a generously contributing member of the wedding party. And they divorced because of money issues less than 3 years later.
Whoa.
No, the girl who's had
$48K on their wedding, divorced over money issues.
The girl who's had everything given to her whenever she wanted it, couldn't handle not having anything she wanted whenever she wanted it. Shocker. Shocker. Hey, remember when you were like, we didn't know any better back then? You're still doing it, though.
That's right. Still doing it.
We, tired by this time, forked over money for her divorce costs and tried to regroup our finances.
So now you're also paying for her divorce?
Still haven't learned our lesson, have we? We do have a comfortable nest egg saved up for our post-retirement life. I would like to travel the world and maybe buy a small lake house with my husband. He also enjoys woodworking as a hobby. But now my daughter, who has begun dating another man, has excitedly showed us that she's engaged again.
How is she doing this?
Why is she excited?
How is she getting engaged so much?
She must be hot. That's a lot of times when we just read the words, sometimes we're like, how? Hot. They're probably hot.
Probably hot.
The man in question proposed less than a year into their dating, and she's elated more than anything because after her second divorce, she didn't think any man would want her anymore. My daughter has hinted at wedding costs and brings home bridal magazines and ideas for cakes and dresses and venues, and I want to be happy for her happiness, but there's a voice inside me that is screaming, enough. We have spent almost over... We have spent almost $140,000 of my husband's and I's money for my daughter's 2 failed marriages. Wedding, reception, honeymoon, divorce. And I cannot believe she is thinking of planning another lavish ceremony at our expense. Girl, get eloped. And then maybe if you make it 5 years, you can have a ceremony.
Yeah.
I've tried suggesting maybe this time she could opt for a small backyard ceremony, but she turns it around on us and says that we don't believe in her happiness and that we're being cheap, as she is our only daughter and her father and I are quite well off, which to be fair, she's right, but I'm at a loss of what to say to her.
You tell her this.
Go, Sophia.
You say, I paid for 2 marriages and 2 divorces, and your whole freaking life I've given you everything you wanted. I'm putting my foot down, and you're not getting any money out of me. Don't try to manipulate me into saying, oh, I don't love you. I do love you, but I'm not giving you any more money. Go get a job and pay for it yourself.
Perfect.
You're the worst.
Capping it off. Little cherry on top. Worst. And you're the worst. Yeah, saying that they're cheap. I'm sorry, babe.
Ridiculous.
Is 140 grand cheap?
Oh, I'm cheap? I'm cheap? Just paid a whole freaking school's tuition worth of marriage.
Honestly, my brain just went to a pretty nasty place where it'd be like, I think if I got pressed like that, I'd be like, maybe if you could stay married, I wouldn't have to spend so much money on your weddings.
Whoop, there it is.
John, we're going to get back to the story, but I got to tell you, I've been loving these pearls that I got in Colombia.
You are a delicious beaded man now.
I do feel more confident at the very least, but I think these pearls pale in the amount of confidence an OK Storytime membership can get you.
That's right. You get 60 plus hours a month of exclusive live stream content. That's advice that'll make you the best version of yourself.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Crack open that oyster and get the blues. But let's get back to the story.
Here's an update. Hello, it's been a long time. I wanted to retroactively thank everyone for the advice and the anger. I must admit that hearing others rage about my situation was pretty cathartic for me. Thank you, Sophia.
You're welcome.
I wasn't going to log back in to post an update. I couldn't even recall the password for this throwaway account, but so many of you gave me excellent advice that I feel I must give an update. Sad as it is. Long story short, my daughter's getting her third divorce.
What? Please tell me you did not pay for her third marriage. Please tell me.
I'm going to say no because the next sentence is we are no longer on speaking terms and she has broken our hearts. Short story long, as many of you predicted, she threw a great big tantrum when her father and I told her explicitly we would not be paying for the wedding this time around. We said we would buy her a wedding dress and the cake, but that would be the end of it. That whatever else she wanted would have to come from her and her husband's pocketbook. She said, we don't care for her happiness. And she cried and she said that we were selfish and everything all of you said was going to happen. All of these things hurt so much to hear because they aren't true. We do care very much for her, but enough was simply enough. She went so far as to chuck her wedding planner binder into the backyard pool, which was grotesque to watch. We asked to meet the fiancé in question over dinner. What a gem he was. Tattoos all over his knuckles and his neck. Showed up to meet us in sweatpants and an ill-fitting hoodie. Didn't even shake our hand to introduce himself properly. He looked like trailer trash.
Okay.
When we asked what his occupation was, he said he was a sound technician, which made me feel embarrassed for being so prejudiced. But after a quick conversation at the dinner table where he behaved in the most disgusting manner, turns out that he's a freelance DJ. At 39 years old, I believe one should at least be put together, not living with other roommates and working at clubs on weekends. My daughter, I do not know what was wrong with her. She looked at him with such adoring eyes as if he were the best thing since sliced bread. We doubted that he could provide for himself, let alone a family. I don't know if this was a sign, but the sight of this man boy solidified our decision to not finance a drop of our daughter's third wedding. We still agreed to pay for the cake and the dress, but no more. So you literally lied immediately.
They're still freaking paying for things.
Let's see. Let's read that one more time. Not finance a drop of our daughter's third wedding. We still agreed to pay for the cake and the dress. What are you doing?
Y'all are dumb.
We even had doubts that maybe this thug was only planning to marry our daughter for the money. We assumed it was true when we found out she had been paying for a few months' worth of his rent that he could not afford to pay out of her own pocket. Like I said, I don't know what was wrong with her. Was he hot, though?
Was he hot?
Was he hot?
He may have been sweatpants, but was he hot?
Was he a gray sweatpants kind of guy? We gave her a budget of $13,000 for a beautiful dress.
I don't feel bad for you guys. I actually don't feel bad for you guys at all.
Bringing it back down. And maybe, just maybe another $2,000 for the cake. Maybe, I don't know.
That's like people's entire wedding budget sometimes.
The wedding planning itself was a disaster as my daughter had a meltdown over every single little thing that went wrong, even though we tried to tell her that she could use the $15,000 budget to plan the entire wedding instead of just spending it on the dress and cake alone. That was our intention. So your intention was to finance the wedding.
You
are enabling her behavior. You've probably done it her whole life.
You have to. That's absolutely why she's acting like this, is because she knows that she'll get her way if she whines enough. And she is.
She's quite literally getting it right now.
She's
you gave her
$15,000.
Can you give me $15,000, OP?
Please, mommy, daddy, I would like $15,000.
I'm getting married, and it's only my first time. I'm gonna find somebody to marry, and I'm gonna give them some money. That was our intention. Maybe she could scale back the dress and cake for a more humble affair. Maybe it would teach her the value of $1. Like, handing her 15 grand is not gonna teach her anything, you dunce. She would not budge. She did not invite us to the wedding, let alone the reception. We don't even know how it was, as we were not shown any photographs afterwards. I spent the entire week crying when I found out she had left us out of the wedding party. She came back a few times with a U-Haul and her disgusting husband to take her possessions from our home and moved in with him. While my husband and I were gone on a vacation to New Orleans right before Christmas, we had received several voicemails, all from our daughter. Her voice was slurred as if she had been heavily partaking in the drink or the droga, and she said she was going to divorce as he was a effing deadbeat who couldn't even treat her to a nice dinner. She said she's had to sell her engagement ring to pay the rent, that she's still living with his roommates, and that this is the part that just sends me into anger, that if only we had paid for her wedding and helped her buy a home with him, this was not even discussed between us, that she would have made this marriage last if we had given her more money.
I literally don't care about you guys at all.
Yeah, it's
there's not one iota of me that feels bad for you.
You hear that? Do you hear that? You probably
my
can't hear
tiny
that.
little violin.
It's the tiniest violin, and it doesn't even make any noise, which is like what you should have done when you should have not given her all of this money probably her entire life. This is just the wedding stuff. Imagine
money can't buy
I guarantee
a brain.
you $90,000 car.
Yeah.
$90,000 car at 16. Boom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then she probably totaled it.
Yeah.
And they got her another
And
car.
they got her another one, and they were like, we're going to make it a little calmer. We're only going to get you a $70,000 car this time.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Mommy, but last time I got $90,000 car.
oh, God, more money, more problems. But hey, you know what? You can get more of stories like these in full episodes of our podcast that stream on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on anywhere that you can get podcasts. Just search OK Storytime, and you can listen to your heart's content because there's 47 consecutive days worth of podcast for you to peruse. So go ahead and do that. I don't think we have anything left to say here. Don't spoil your kids rotten.
You guys are dumb. And then be like, why is my kid so spoiled? That's your fault. That's your fault. You failed as parents.
Truly. You spoiled. Rotten. Rotten.
Rotten.
Rotten. Disgusting.
Rotten child. That's a disgusting, rotten child.
Nice. Oh my God. What have we done? I'm shaking with anger just typing this. I hope it's directed at yourselves. My husband wanted to leave her a seething voicemail, and I talked him out of it. As far as we know, she has moved forward with the divorce. And just really quickly to be clear, we're not on the daughter's side either.
She sucks.
She sucks.
But you guys are stupid.
And y'all made her that way. And now you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, like you are Frankenstein being like, oh, why is the monster attacking people? You made him that way.
You literally couldn't even keep it straight in your own post. You were like, and that's why we refused to finance a cent except for the $15,000 we gave her. That doesn't make any sense. That's not teaching anyone a lesson.
You're so stupid.
We will take her back into our home, but only if she wishes. At this point, we've heard nothing from her, and she doesn't pick up her phone. It is so easy to blame ourselves for being bad parents, and I just feel so awful. She's our only child, and if any of our nieces or nephews behaved this way to our siblings, we would have cut them out of the family in a second, but we can't. She's our only child, now 31 years old, and thrice divorced. It pains me so much what has happened over the last year. I feel like I've lost a daughter. Damn, okay, empathy kicking in here.
Not really.
A little
Honestly,
bit. I mean, that does suck.
You can have the empathy, and I'm gonna have the too freaking bad.
But it's like, you reap what you sow, man.
You freaking reap what you sow.
It does suck, but you reap what you sow.
You never set any boundaries. You literally never set any boundaries, even when you said that you were gonna set boundaries. And now this is why you're losing your daughter, because she's spoiled, and you made her that way.
You spoiled her to the point where she felt like, given $15,000, which on top of the other weddings makes it $155,000. And she's like, that's nothing.
Enough.
That's peanuts. Yeah, and also, if you had given me more money, the marriage would have worked.
Yeah. Nope.
That perspective is so
she's an a-hole.
fundamentally broken.
You guys are dumb. And that's the end of that story.